Hey y'all, what's going on? Back again. It's your boy Chris, aka Buzz. I just had to go live today. I was thinking I hadn't talked much sports since I've been on here, so I wanted to kind of send this one on a sports tip. Now, before I get started, I just want to tell y'all a quick story. I am a lifelong New York Knicks fan, and I've been a Knicks since I can remember. And boy, oh boy, did I used to get torment and grief down here when every time the Chicago Bulls whipped up on my New York beloved Knicks. I couldn't stand it. All my homeboys used to call me on the phone every time. You see the game? I hang up on them. Couldn't take it. I was just upset. I could not take it. And then something magic happened. Michael Jordan decided he wanted to go play baseball. And I was cool with that. So he was out the league. So let me take y'all back to 94. I believe it was the summer. And my Knicks had made the finals. We made the finals, y'all. We made it. We made it. I was hyped. I was hyped. Let me tell you, I was hyped about this. So we made the playoffs and we playing the Houston Rockets, the Dream and company. But I figured we had the better team and we was gonna win. So watching the series, all that, I'm pretty confident we was gonna win. And I believe this particular game that I was watching, we was up 2-1 in the series going into this game. And I'm watching the game, and it looks like we're winning. We're pulling ahead. We're winning pretty good. And I'm thinking championships. I'm thinking of dancing in the streets of Covington, celebrating by myself, the lone Knicks fan. Maybe my boy Point. Point a Knicks fan too. So, shouts to Point. Starts to Point Dexter. You know y'all. And a strange thing happened. The TV screen all of a sudden switched to a white Bronco driving down the damn road. I said, what the hell is going on? Come to find out, OJ Simpson was on the run. And it was live and televised. So I'm just thinking it was just going to be brief and they was just going to go back to the game. Matter of fact, this is the NBA Finals, y'all. So I'm thinking it's going to go back to the game. They didn't go back to the game just yet. They kept it on there. They kept it on there. I mean, I know it captivated the world, but my beloved Knicks was about to win. What happened? So anyway, to make a long story short, they finally snapped back to the game. I believe we lost that game and ended up losing the series because John Starks was 2 for 18 in the game. My man, stop shooting. Please pass the rock. I know they say shoot yourself out of a slump, but damn, this was crazy. It hurt. And when my Knicks lost, we finally went down. It seemed like the world came to an end for me, y'all. I mean, you talking about getting talked smack to. Oh, Lord. Every Bulls fan everywhere was talking smack to me. It was just rough for me. So I always said I had beef with O.J. Simpson and John Starks because of my Knicks the championship in '94. And I'll stick to that story, y'all. But it got me thinking about sports media in general. And, I know it's a big business today that it's a lot of sports personalities that make a lot of money in sports media talking about athletes. And I as a fan, I critique my own team. I want my team to win so bad that I say, God damn, you dumb motherfucker, made the wrong pass, or pass the rock, or shoot it, something like that. But I think that in terms of opinion, especially opinion personalities, I think we need to humble ourselves a little bit because when you give your opinion on it, everybody is entitled to their opinion. But I think that a lot of these sports personalities, just to get viewership or views up, like to be controversial or like to over critique an athlete. But you got to keep in mind some of the stuff that you sit there and watch these athletes do, you couldn't do. None of us can do. Well, I like to think that I was the shit. I used to think I could take somebody. You know, I thought I was some good. But you know what I'm saying? For the most part, I could not do what a professional athlete do. So I would take that into mind. Just a bit of advice to y'all. If you're critiquing athletes, humble yourself as opinion writers to think these dudes do amazing things, and ladies. They do amazing things on these courts. Sometimes we don't give them enough credit for that. You know, I understand sports media. You gotta keep up the money rolling. I understand that. It's all about them dollars and keeping that money rolling into everybody. But you know, sports personalities and trying to establish yourself or trying, I figure sometimes the ones that's there the longest, they're the most jaded because they think they could just say whatever about anybody. You know, he should have did this or he should have did that, and it's supposed to be okay, but you don't think about the consequences on the other end. It could affect that man's contract. It could affect things that the team was thinking about doing with a certain player, a certain individual. It might cause them to want to lowball them instead of go high or break the bank. So, you know, sports opinion writers, y'all are entitled to your opinion, but just humble yourself in thinking, especially you ones that about 300 pounds look like you're sitting on the couch and then got off the couch. You couldn't do nothing. So just think about that before you want to quick to criticize every little thing these athletes do. But like I said, I root for my team. I'll be hooting and hollering at the TV and stuff. People that know me, they'll tell you, you know what I'm saying? I'm competitive. I don't like to lose. But you do lose sometimes. You hate to lose, but don't want to lose. But sometimes it's part of a game. And at the end of the day, we all play a game, especially when you're playing sports. You have to realize that. You know, it's a business side of it. I do understand that, but it is a game, and you know, have fun with it. Don't hold back the fun in the name of business. You know, I see it a little more. They're letting these athletes have more fun and be personal and show their personality, especially in baseball. They needed that injection of personality because let's just say that, you know, if you see somebody smack a home run, I don't mind a little bat flip. And, you know, back in the old days, they'll hum a ball at you and at your head 100 miles an hour for just doing that. But I'm glad to see that they're letting these athletes show their personality a little bit more. And it's a good thing. It's a good thing for all the sports. And it got me thinking about LeBron James. I'm gonna tell you like that. I'm not like at Carcino for life, you know. I'm watching his joke on LeBron. He be going ahead on LeBron as people. Now, a lot of stuff you look it up for yourself. It probably is true, but in terms of LeBron James, the basketball player, you know, I had to step back and look at his whole. I got to give it to him, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Out of anybody that I ever seen that was hyped up before they ever touched the basketball court, I got to say he lived up to the hype. There's a lot of people that they hyped up to say that it was going to be the next this and the next that and Baby Jordan, and it didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? Other people. But this man, they showed his games on ESPN and gave him 90 some $million before he even stepped on an NBA court. And he actually went out there and lived up to that and lived up to the hype. So I just give him credit for that. Where I did, and my homeboy is quick to give me hell about this, you know, I think I expected his mentality to be like MJ. You know what I'm saying? That killer mentality. As, you know, MJ was 6 for 6 in championships. You know, LeBron got 4 of them, but I could meet the greedy in me or being from that old school era, I think that he should have had more, because especially when they was up 3-1, I believe. Or 2, no, they was up 2-1 going back to Cleveland, had a chance to go up 3-1 and Steph Curry wasn't playing that good. And I believe that LeBron should have had the killer instinct. That's what I believe, to put his foot on the gas. But my man told me to look back and look at it, and I looked. He was tired, and he was carrying that team. But I guess the MJ fan in me, because say I'm a Knicks fan, as I'm a Knicks fan, Michael Jordan to me is the best player that ever laced him up. I didn't never seen Wilt Still play, and I never seen Bill Russell play, and all the old greats, and Oscar Robertson and all those types. But in terms of players that I've seen in my lifetime, Michael Jordan was the best player I've seen lace him up. I love Iverson too. That was definitely one of my favorite players. But I wanted him. I just expected him. He did a lot of stuff off of pure talent, and that's amazing. For you not to practice, work out too much, but go out there and ball out night in and night out. That is amazing in itself to do. But that's another story. We'll get back to that. But for LeBron James, I think I just wanted more and more out of him. You know what I'm saying? I wanted him to have that you can't check me mentality. That's sometimes what you got to have out there. I think even if you 4'5", you got to go out there thinking nobody can check me. And that's the mentality that I think I used to like to play with when I was out there. I never did nothing but a little pickup ball, y'all. I got that, and I quit from JV. The boys used to say, "Oh, you just played to get some free shoes." But I think that you have to have that you can't check me mentality to be successful franchise player in my eyes, in the NBA. And that doesn't mean that you're going to jack the ball every time. It just means every time you need a bucket or your team needs a bucket, I'm going to get it. And you can't check me. But LeBron James, I have to give him his props. I'm not going to go there with Carcino. He was like, he ain't even in the top 100. I can't go that far. But I'm going to definitely say that LeBron James is a great player. He is definitely a great player. And not too many people can live up to that hype coming right out of high school like that. Especially, they was calling him the chosen one, had Bernie Mac on the commercials and big commercials before the man even stepped on the court. So I'm telling you, I salute you, LeBron. I may not be with all that social justice stuff that you with right now and all that other stuff you do. But, in terms of you, the basketball player, I give you your props. You know what I'm saying? And that gets me to local stuff. Speaking of that, they're having a consolidation here, y'all. And I guess in a few years or whatever it is, where they used to have Covenant High School and Allegheny High School. And for years and years and years, that was a rivalry. That was our rivalry. I'm from Covenant, y'all. Covenant High. Proud of it. So, now, and I remember this consolidation talk for a long time. But to me, just my opinion, y'all, it seems like as soon as Covenant started whooping Allegheny in athletics and basketball and football, they trying to push this stuff quick. Consolidation, they trying to push it quick, fast, and in a hurry. But when Allegheny was whooping our tail for years and years and years, they was like, they wasn't worried about it then. But it seemed like soon as Covenant started whooping that butt, now they want to consolidate. And I don't like it one bit. I got my last baby girl. She coming through school. And I want her to graduate from Covenant High School, not Beaver U or whatever they was talking about. But anyway, that's just my little rant for today. I figured, I'll come and check in with y'all and let y'all know what's going on in Covington and my thoughts on the little sports. I'll be coming at you again. But for now, peace.